to sea, and you were never told the process on how to bring your vessel back onto the land. Let me give you an example of this. When you go into a courtroom and you're seeing that judge, I want you to make sure that you observe, right? Observe that courtroom. And you'll see how it looks like a deck of a ship. Okay? There is a section when the judge tells you to come up to the podium that's called a bar. When you walk up there and you open up that little door that you got to open up to walk to get to the podium, you just walked onto the deck of the ship. Now that ship has jurisdiction over you. So what you do is you stand behind the bar and you tell that judge, I'm a living woman, AKA, or a living man, and I'm not walking up to that podium. Because who you're summoning is the corporate fiction straw man. And I have that for you. And you give him a copy of your authenticated birth certificate and you give it to the bailiff and have him give it to the judge. Because that is who was summoned to the court. That's an Article I court. Now here's what happens. The judge is going to trick you and say, but what is your name? And you're going to say, my name is Jane of the family of Doe. And then he's going to sit there and be like, well, that's not who I summoned in the court. Well, I don't care who you summon in the court. My name is Jane of the family of Doe. Now, if you summon Jane Doe, I brought you Jane Doe. Jane Doe's right here. But my name is Jane of the family of Doe. Well, I didn't ask for Jane of the family. Okay, so then basically I can go then? I'm going to go ahead and go then, right? Because you said you didn't summon Jane of the family of Doe. Okay, I'm out. Don't fall into the wordplay. If they ask you your name and you tell them your name, you basically contracted under the courts. And now, because you said you understand, now they are standing over you. That's why you got to overstand or understand, but you never understand nothing. If a cop asks you, do you understand these rights that have been read to you? You tell them, no, I don't understand what's happening right now. And if they say why, you say, I don't know what jurisdiction of law you're operating under, but as far as I know, people get arrested because they committed an actual crime. And my understanding of crime falls under the jurisdiction of common law. So that other shit you're talking about, I don't know what law you're operating out of. I don't understand that. So no, I don't understand what's going on. Now you didn't contract. The next tactic he's going to utilize is he's going to tell you to sign something. Don't sign shit. He's going to take you to jail. That's kidnapping. That's $100,000 a day for every day that you're up in there that you file against that officer's goddamn bond when you get out. And they're going to let you out because you didn't sign nothing. Listen. The only reason why these people get away with the stuff that they get away with is because you are uneducated about law and you have absolutely no knowledge on how to enforce in the side of law. And the easiest way for you to enforce is for you to get educated in finding out what are the penalties when an officer acts out of his jurisdiction of law. It is your job to find out what it is and what the responsibilities are of an officer. And I'm not just talking about a police officer. I'm talking about any officer that actually operates in public policy or dealing with public policy. So that could be your politicians. That could be your governors. You know what I'm saying? That could be any of the people that operate, you know what I'm saying, that's a part of either party. It could be a mayor. It could be a judge. It could be police. It could be a clerk of the court. It could be whomever. Those who are holding public office have to be covered by a bond or insurance. And you find this information out through the Commissioner of Insurance of the state and where you live at. You go and you do the research and you find out exactly what the laws are according to that state's constitution. And you see what the responsibilities are of that particular office and what it is that they're supposed to be doing. If they are acting out of law or out of their jurisdiction and they have violated their position, you have the right to have them removed out of office. And the easiest way to do that is put a lien on their bond. Because if they can't satisfy that lien, the Commissioner of Insurance is going to say, well, if you can't satisfy the lien, you're going to give me that badge, give me that gun, you want to give me all that shit, fam. You got until you pay it, fam, you can't work. And then if you really want to get on some gangster shit, you can do what Cardi B did to Tasha K. Okay? Oh, you can't pay me? Okay, cool. Well, now I'm about to enforce on your head. And now I'm about to snatch up everything of value that you have until you pay me the damn debt. This is the reason why all these little clout chasers out here that are running around, that are in the process of getting served, I'm coming for their fucking head, and I'm going to take every single thing away from them. I don't give a fuck if they don't have nothing or not. Nigga, if you got toys in the hood, nigga, if that's a value, I'm taking that shit. If you got some expensive ass purses, I'm taking that shit. If you got a house and you can't pay me, I'm taking that shit. If you got a ragged ass car that's got some value, I'm taking that shit. That's how you shut people down. And they learn their goddamn lesson by running their fucking mouth. Okay? Niggas out here think it's a game. I'm trying to tell you, you can't really. That's why I tell you it's important to make sure that you understand the law and how it works. Get your house in order. Someone said, Cosmo Galactic said, wow, you the police now? See, these types of ignorant ass comments, this is an uninformed, ignorant ass nigga right here. He said, why you police now? Let me explain something to you, nigga, with your ignorant ass. First of all, I have the right to go after anyone that tries to discredit me or put out false information about me. They should have kept their mouth closed. Let me start there. Let me start there. Now get your ass up off my shit. And y'all got to stop using police and agents just to be using police and agents. I'm tired of this ignorant ass dialect and conversation. It's below me. It's beneath me. Okay? You're the police now because you're defending yourself. I ain't got time for that stupid ass shit. That right there is the type of nigga that'll get his ass beat on a daily basis because he don't know what the hell going on. I don't have time for that shit. Edward Roberts, that's all I'm saying. Y'all got to stop calling everybody an agent, or because someone is educated about the law, they got to be this and they got to be that. Y'all have got to stop being that goddamn ignorant. Y'all have got to stop doing that. We're living in a time now where you don't have time to be ignorant, because right now during this time period, we are currently in the Armageddon. And I've been telling y'all this for the longest. Let me explain to you how this works. You got the war taking place when you go to sleep in the astral state. But now what's happening is it's trickling into this particular round. How do you know this is happening? Because every single time you turn around, there's always some type of law, always some type of bullshit that they're trying to hit you with to bring in scare tactics, to do all types of stuff to us. Every single day, every single week, all they do is promote fear. They're putting spells in movies. Now, when you're watching them, and sending out demons into your household. This is a war. It is very important that you guys stop, get your head out your fucking ass, and understand that we are in a war. And so you will begin to start seeing the war play out in physical form in many different ways. Don't look for just someone going to war with some weaponry. The war is also psychological warfare. Because if they got your mind, they got the body, because the body's going to follow wherever the mind goes. Okay? I don't like anything that brings the vibrational frequency down, so I don't care for scary movies either, baby. It's spiritual warfare. And I told you guys that they were going to be coming for our children. You were already warned about this. And did you guys hear anything about that guy that went to trial for killing all them kids and he did not get the death penalty? Did y'all peep that? And did y'all peep the 15-year-old up in Raleigh, North Carolina, that went on a killing spree and just started killing folks left and right? 15 years old, said he just wanted to go out here and kill somebody? Up in Raleigh, North Carolina, this happened about 3 or 4 days ago. This happened. And I'm going to let y'all know right now, please don't have your children out trick-or-treating this Halloween. At this stage in the game, if you're not wise enough to see or pick up on the shit that's going on, then there's something, then that child doesn't need to have you as a parent. That means you don't give a shit about your children. If you are not wise enough, smart enough, self-aware enough to see what is going on in front of you, then you don't deserve to be a parent. Deserve to be a parent, because you will purposely put your children in harm's way because you don't know how to read the room. You don't know how to read the energy. You don't deserve to be a mother or a father. Same thing happened last month in Detroit, Michigan. A young man went on a killing spree on the west side, shaking my head. A lot of this is also coming through the video games. There's also a lot of video games where they're actually putting out demonic stuff in those video games. They're putting out in the movies. They're putting out in TV shows. Again, I'm going to say this one more time. And they're also and they've been putting it through the music for a very long time. The difference is that now you're more self-aware. They've been doing this shit for quite some time. It's just that now you're just self-aware of the shit that's going on. My children will hate me for not attending activities, but I'd rather not. The world is evil. I wouldn't necessarily say that the world is evil. I don't think that's an accurate statement. You got to be careful about the frequencies that you're tapping into. All the planet is not evil. You just have a lot of ignorant, uninformed people out here in the world. Okay? And you have a small group or percentage of people that are this way, but they have access to platforms, or they utilize their platforms, their massive platforms, to spread evil out amongst the people. Okay? And people have been extra angry lately in the news. Yes, the people are very angry because they're fed up. I mean, I don't live in the United States anymore. I saw this shit ahead of time and bounced. I dipped. The shootings on the highway, damn. Yes, girl, I'm starting my locks again. Why are these helicopters getting lower, Mama Isis? What type of helicopters are they, baby? At Really Drink to Drink, you need to do your research on that and make an informed decision for yourself. A 15-year-old girl just shot and killed her mother yesterday in Detroit. Also, the energy here is heavy. Okay, so let me explain something to y'all. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but in a lot of the major metropolitan cities where a lot of indigenous people live at, the energy is very heavy. That's because there's a lot of portals that have opened up for things to come in onto the planet that shouldn't even be on this planet. That's number one. And number two, there's also sigils that are placed in certain parts of these cities to withhold or keep control of your ancestral energy. Because what they did was they sealed up your ancestors when they built the Masonic temples over those Moorish empires. And they put sigils over top to enslave your ancestors or enslave the energy of your ancestors.